So this pretty massive YouTuber that reviews anime named Chibi Reviews is currently under fire because yesterday he put out a tweet basically defending Tectone, or at least trying to call Mizkif a liar for covering the allegations of Tectone losing his court case for SA against his ex-girlfriend Pinkichu. Now this caused people to look into a funding campaign that he started to basically go after people who were doxing him, and this caused people to gain about $17,000 worth of money to assist him in a defamation lawsuit, which he ended up unpublishing the campaign, which rightfully caused people to be a little confused, a little concerned, and just wonder what the heck happened and where did this money go. Now yesterday, Yeet 20,000 put out this statement saying Mizkif says Tectone lost his court case and reveals he sent a recorder to the trial. Shows a clip of Tectone leaving court, saying that's why he wasn't streaming in court. Tectone was tried for SA. Tectone was with his 5 lawyers, and he lost. He has protective order. To which Chibi replied, "This dude likes to spread lies, huh?" Now Mizkif replied to that, saying, "Ha ha ha, can't wait to say you support him tomorrow," which I'm going to assume says, "Can't wait to see you say you support him tomorrow." And of course that tweet got deleted, which caused Chibi to then post this after people called him out for it. "Earlier, I fat-fingered my phone and accidentally deleted this tweet while walking my dog in the snow like an R-word. I'm posting it again to reinforce my earlier statement. There's people trying to use it as a gotcha and I find that hilarious. Anyways, if what you said was true, there would be public records. So at this moment, it's lies or slander. Also, Mizkif, you have allegations you abused Imaru, with many people proving how bad you were to her over these last few months. I know you ain't talking." Which is an interesting take. If you're going to believe all these people and all these allegations that are against Mizkif, then you should kind of believe them when it comes to Tectone. Saying that Mizkif is a liar for backing these Tectone allegations, which again, like I've gotten pushback myself on my last video about Tectone, which you guys should check out if you haven't already. But people are saying like, oh, is Mizkif really like the best source for this information right about now? And in my humble opinion, sure. I mean, he's one of the largest creators. He was one of the largest streamers, basically one of the heads of this organization of all these different streamers under him. And even though he is currently involved in some pretty massive allegations, he has firsthand experience with all of these other creators. Now, this post particularly is picking up traction by a guy named Snot Nose Swagger, beautiful name right there, saying Chibi Reviews has quietly unpublished his crowdfunding campaign for a lawsuit which is yet to be filed after 10 months. He raised over $17K. And as we can see, YouTube Drama put a post about this saying 10 months after raising over $17K, YouTuber Chibi Reviews quietly unpublished campaign from public view. Chibi has yet to confirm the funds will in fact be used for his alleged lawsuit. He is weighing options. Chibi hasn't addressed his campaign in months and is still unsure if he wants to proceed with his lawsuit despite raising thousands. Here's a picture of the GiveSendGo, Chibi Reviews lawsuit, and then here's a picture of it being unpublished. This campaign is unpublished. Everyone that has donated, I thank you so much for helping me try and get justice against those that came after my family. My family truly appreciates you all and seriously thank you. Made an official statement on this a few months ago on options. My family and I are saving money to push forward on expenses. So basically this statement alone right here kind of tells me he pretty much knew that $17K wasn't going to be enough money for a defamation lawsuit and closed it down thanks to people who did end up giving him $17,000 and is going to be working with his family to cover the rest of the expenses. Now people are upset about this, right? People who donated to him hoping that $17K would be enough for a defamation lawsuit, which it clearly is not. Literally one search on Google will show you that defamation lawsuits can go up to hundreds, if not more, thousands of dollars, depending on the complexity of a case. Now, back in February of 2025, Chibi posted this on Twitter, saying, very important, it's now been almost a week since everything went down. I will be pushing my lawsuit forward with all the new information I've acquired. I've opened a GiveSendGo account for anyone that wants to help out. To keep it transparent for all of you that support me, I honestly feel ashamed to ask for money because, well, it's a pride situation. However, the circumstances over the last few months have made it very clear I need to do something or these vile people will continue thinking they'll get away with it. So my pride means nothing in comparison to seeing some of these individuals brought to justice for what they have done, not just to me, but my entire family. To be blunt, I do not have the money to pursue a lawsuit without going into bankruptcy with how much it'll cost me to seek legal for everything that has happened. The $25,000 goal that is currently set is because cases like this normally cost around this price depending on your lawyer and circumstance. Any bit helps, and I greatly appreciate all of you that support me. Right here is where he royally screwed himself because he said, with $25,000, I can basically solve this problem, which is not true at all. A defamation case would be for one person. If this guy is being harassed and doxxed and all this by dozens of people, that is a defamation case for every single person involved. Again, complex cases can be upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Multiply that by how many people are apparently defaming this guy. This is where he, again, screwed up because he's telling his audience with $25,000, I can go after all these people and it's all done, it's all over, blah, blah, blah. When if he just didn't say that, if he just started a GoFundMe, kind of like what like H3H3 did against when people were like trying to take down his videos for fair use and whatnot, he might have been able to be like, yeah, just send me whatever. Anything helps. This is going to be a long process. I understand that. I've done my research. It's going to be a long, royally screwed up process. It's going to cost lots and lots of money. I don't know how much money. And that could have honestly been the end of it. But to think that $17,000 was going to cover multiple defamation cases against multiple people is just smoking that BBC Junior. Now, another thing that people are calling Chibi out for is the fact that he is blocking people and basically saying that they are siding with his doxers if they are trying to call him out for this, accusing him of scamming his fans, and also putting out this statement. Important. Breaking my silence and just saying it like it is. I have a new wave of harassment from my doxers and people that side with them that's been heating up in the last 24 hours. So it's important I repost this tweet down below from last year. Long story short, my family and I have been stressing about this crap for over a year. My brother's grave defaced from psychopaths and people using old deleted family photos to attack not just me, but my family members. My old DeviantArt account got hacked and illegal material posted on it. Thankfully, I got the account taken down with the DeviantArt staff responding quickly. So much more that I've never talked about. I've been trying to get justice and it's a slow process. I'm not made of money and saving money to continue is freaking hard. I honestly didn't realize how expensive it would get. While battling all of this, I had medical issues last year too that I talked about in the post below. So F you to all those that side with my doxers, just gonna block on site and be done with it. And he posted this, which is basically a timeline of everything that happened. I'm going to include that down below if you guys want to read it. Chibi says, as for the campaign, I unpublished for more clarification. Here's what I posted for the reason a while ago. Also, I explained more about what I was going to do in the post I retweeted above back in September 2025. People started asking him questions like, Shamu, just for clarification, the money fundraised for the lawsuit wasn't refunded and isn't being pursued? Now again, I feel like literally none of this would have happened if he didn't just decide to blindly come out in support of Tectone in a very controversial moment, and then deleting the tweet and then also saying like, oh, I fat fingered it. I didn't mean to delete it. You know, these pesky thumbs, they just be doing their own thing sometimes. There's a lot of reason to dislike creators, right, on this platform. Again, I try to draw the line at doxing and like personal attacks. YouTube drama is different from real life drama. You keep those completely separate no matter how much you dislike a creator. Because like at the end of the day, we're YouTubers, right? Like we're actors in a sense. We're doing what we can to make money. If that involves like just covering silly anime reviews and having some hot takes regarding like video games and anime things, it's whatever. But yeah, I kind of draw the line at the doxing part, and I think it's fair to block people who dox you and block people who support those who dox you, but to block people asking you genuine questions and then compare them to those that are doxing you is also extremely dishonest. Now in this post that he linked from September 9th of 2025, he basically goes into detail of everything that happened leading up to the point of him making the funding platform and how it's going as of September, including what the money is going to. From February to April, I started talking with multiple lawyers to take my case, presenting them all with evidence I have gathered since everything began. Upon seeking out lawyers, I ran into massive hurdles I was completely unaware of. First off, lawyer consultation fees can be as low as free or run upwards of $1,000 depending on the lawyer. Now, on April 26, 2025, he went to the hospital to run tests on what he thought was like a really bad headache that got to a point where he had to visit the hospital a lot. We can scroll down here to May of 2025, where he talks about recovering from the headaches and pain, started doing consultations. this time using donation funds instead of the money from my own pocket because I needed to pay my hospital bills from April of 2025. In July of 2025, he found a lawyer. He basically ended up paying them $5,000. That wasn't including the hourly rate of the lawyer. The lawyer told me I'd get billed monthly on top of that 5K. The bill could range depending on how much time they invested into the case, but on average, he said it would cost about $2,200 a month. And a case like this could take a while, averaging up to anywhere from 20K or more depending on how long it takes. Now we can scroll down to when he gets to September of 2025, saying, I have an offer to continue the lawsuit with the remaining 12K. So at this point, he's already spent a good amount of that money gained or earned from that funding, right? But to be completely blunt, I will 100% have to spend money out of my own pocket to continue because of the monthly lawyer costing way over $2,000. Because with the retainer fee being 5K, that'll make the rest of the money from the donations to around $7,000 left. With the monthly costs, it'll run out in about 4 months, give or take. So basically what happened was this guy was getting this nonstop harassment and this horrific things happening to him by these pretty vile people, these doxers and whatnot, who tried to ruin his life over anime reviews, right? I'm sure there's other things that this guy did, but I don't want to really try to poison the well and make it seem like, oh, doxing this guy's good. It's never good. That's completely disgusting and inappropriate. Like, no matter who this guy is and what opinions he's shared online, like if he's not condoning hatred or other people to be harmed or also engaging in that activity, I think it's very inappropriate to do that to someone, right? So basically what happened was he spent all of his money on these lawyer fees, on trying to essentially start this case. And people are upset because he hasn't basically revealed it, but he did reveal this at least, that yeah, the money's going to be gone. He's going to have to basically spend his own money, and he appreciates those who did help him. But it seems like he knew that there's going to be a point where the funding just keeps coming, and he might not ever really figure this out, because suing someone for defamation is a very difficult thing to do. Now, it is pretty difficult to find out exactly how much a defamation court case would cost or a trial would cost Chibi. So, like most court cases, there are a lot of different factors, like fees. Like Chibi has mentioned, different lawyers charge different prices for different things, depending on the complexity. For example, over $100,000 for complex trials, $21,000 to $55,000 for simple trials. Again, complex cases can exceed $100,000. Most defamation lawyers charge hourly rates of $200 to $400 per hour. But when we're talking about something like this that is so complex, involving so many factors like Twitter, YouTube, doxing, probably like some Kiwi Farms element, right? There's a lot going on here that the lawyer has to take into account, and again, $400 an hour is a lot of money when someone is spending, 40, 50, 60, 70 hours worth of looking into information to try to prove the fact that what happened here was defamation. And again, I'm not really defending his doxers or anything. This is more along the lines of Chibi Googled how much was a defamation suit, saw the lowest number, was like, I guess that's fine, when literally could have done like 10 more minutes of research and found, oh man, it's actually a lot more than that, upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that's where I'm going to wrap the video up, ladies and gents. Let me know down below what you think of this situation. This is not a breakdown of like who Chibi Reviews is or like a summary of his YouTube career and whatnot. I'm just kind of catching you up on what this current controversy is. Let me know down below if you think that Chibi Reviews scammed his fans, scammed his viewers who gave him $17,000, or if this is just a humongous screw up and he's just a doofus, right? Let me know. I appreciate you watching. Peace out.